Welcome to the April 13th, 2022 Planning Commission meeting. At this time, Parish Attorney Spencer Long will swear in the newly elected planning commissioners.
Gentlemen, would you please stand and raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to uphold the laws and the Constitution of the United States, State of Louisiana, and the Parish of Ascension, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent on you as a planning commissioner to the best of your ability and understanding? Mr. Bailey?
I do.
Mr. Vila?
I do.
Mr. Nassar?
I do.
Mr. Miller?
I do.
Mr. Kluhat?
I do.
Mr. Schexnayder?
I do.
Thank you, Commissioners.
At this time, we'll take nominations for the election of chairman for 2022.
I'd like to nominate Max Nasser for chairman.
Thank you.
I second that motion.
Okay. Do you accept the nomination?
I do. I accept the nomination.
Okay. Let's have a vote, roll call vote. Any nays or objections, or any other persons would like to be nominated or interested in nominations? Any other nominations? Okay.
I'll nominate myself.
Okay, not a problem. Mr. Nick Miller, do we have a second? Okay, that motion fails for lack of a second. Okay, let's vote for chair. Everybody in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Mr. Max, you are now elected chairperson.
Okay. So I guess now I take the meeting.
Yes.
Okay, well,
You got to do
the
it.
next item on the agenda is the election of a vice chairman for 2022. So at this point, I open the floor for nominations for vice chairman. Anyone they'd like to nominate?
Nominate Mike Miller.
Nick Miller?
Nick Miller.
Okay, we have Nicholas Miller nominated.
Getting to know you. I'll second that.
We have a second. I nominate Wade. Jack Snyder. Is there a second?
I second the motion for Wade Schexnayder.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay, we'll have a vote. We'll vote Nick first. All those in favor of Nick Miller?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Nay.
What's three? All those in favor of Wade?
Aye.
Aye. So Wade will be our vice chairman. Chairman's comments. Next item on the agenda, from the standpoint of my comments, first thing I'd like to say is I'll thank everyone for their faith in nominating me as chairman. I'm proud to serve. What I'd like to see on this commission is always decorum and respect, particularly for each other, our other elected officials, the public, and those we serve. I think that Ascension Parish is in an excellent position today, and we can be part of a positive force to move it forward. And something I heard mentioned just earlier today, and that is we do need to be respectful at all times. There are going to be times that we disagree. There are going to be times that we agree. That's just natural progression of things. So let's remember we're a body and we're to work together. Next, I'll ask for public comment on any agenda item.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
we need to go back up to number 3 on the agenda.
Three. Oh, roll call, yes.
Yes, sir, and continue down. Thank you.
I didn't realize I was supposed to do that. Okay, we'll have a roll call. Stacy, do you do the roll call? Or,
Actually, you can just say all are present.
okay, all are present. Okay. Now we go back to number 8, public comment. Sorry about that. Do we have any members of the public that would like to comment on any agenda item?
No.
comments. Staff report, please.
Welcome, new members. Staff is always at your assistance to answer questions. I'd like to make an announcement that the next meeting in May, we're going to be having a presentation by Kindig Keese, our consultant who's working on our ordinance changes. That presentation will be by Zoom. We hope that you're all here. We're going to be able to get some feedback from them as to what their status is and things of this sort. The ordinances that were passed by the previous Planning Commission were in 2 batches. Those ordinances were introduced at the council level at last week's meeting, and they're going to be holding a special council meeting on April 27th to consider those items, and those will be done here in this room. That meeting will be just the consideration of the ordinance changes by the council at that time. All right. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Poche, who will give you an update on the subdivisions.
Thank you, Mr. Fournier. Thank you, Commissioners, Mr. Chairman. In your package, you have the typical subdivision. Typically, each month, there is a subdivision report. These are all the active subdivisions that are ongoing in the parish with the name, location, the lots, when the approvals have happened, what the current status is, if there are any conditions based on a preliminary plat that are on the map or on the development, as well as the engineer, the developer. The last one over on the right, the IDD, that's the Infrastructure Development District. Any subdivision that has public roads within the parish or elects to have public roads has to create an Infrastructure Development District that will have an assessment on each lot after the final plat is done. If you have a subdivision that has private roads, then that is not necessary. Generally, each month, I will note any changes under the subdivision name with an asterisk. And the only one this month is that DeLawn Estates has gotten contract document or construction document approval, and we are waiting for them to request their pre-construction meeting. If there are any questions on anything that any of you folks have, please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them.
I'd like to ask a question on the Lawn Estates. The status was, I'm sorry, the PP condition, the lawsuit was dismissed. What was that lawsuit? I'm not familiar.
There was, when it went back and forth, it was denied, and then it was heard, and then there was a lawsuit placed. The council took it under advisement, and it ended up going back to the Planning Commission, and that was one of the conditions that they dismissed the lawsuit on the approval, and that has been done.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I direct any legal questions to our legal counsel, Mr. Long, on the other side of the building. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions on the subdivision status? No. And there's no action required by us on this, correct? Okay, so the minutes. Next item is the engineering staff report. We don't have an engineering staff report tonight. So we'll move forward to the approval or denial of the minutes.
Motion to approve?
We have a motion to approve.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? No one's opposed. Minutes are adopted. We have our consent agenda. It's item 12. It's the Affidavit of Mortgage Declaration by Tracy L. Brown. That's Lot A1 at 42265 Weber City Road in Gonzales, Louisiana. And the second is the item B, Affidavit of Mortgage Declaration, Ronald Piku, Lots C2 and D2 at 16372 Joseph Ario Road in Prairieville, Louisiana.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve. You have any second?
Second.
You have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes. Old business is the Albert Howard property. That's lots EH2, C1 through EH2, C6. It's a family petition. McClin Taylor, Inc. It's in Council District 3.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This was a family petition that was originally approved back in July of 2021. There were some title issues with it. They came back to the commission because under the code, when you have a approved family petition, the family has 180 days to execute the acts of donation, and then they have to submit those to us, and we record, sign, and have the map recorded. They had some title issues that they had to straighten out, which they did get straightened out. Back in January, they asked for a 90-day extension to get all the final documents taken care of, and I spoke to the Howards last week, and they expressed to me that they had everyone on board. There were some people that were out of town that they had to get documents back and forth to, and this is just asking for an additional 90-day extension. She said it would probably take 2 to 3 weeks to get all the documents done and executed and all of that, but they just wanted to make sure they didn't miss the deadline.
Okay,
So
thank
that's
you.
what they're asking for.
So we'll need a motion.
Motion to,
For a
to
90-day
motion to give them a
extension?
90-day extension.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to give them the 90 days.
Have a motion, second? We have 2 seconds. All right, all those in favor, cast your votes. Aye. Anyone opposed? No. The last item on the agenda is adjournment, but before we adjourn, I, as chairman, had an opportunity to say a few words. Do any of the commissioners want to say a few words since it's our first meeting? We're all new, mostly all new. Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion. So moved.
Anyone opposed? All right, we can go home.
Thank you.